A bank car was driving on a road. Inside were 4 employees with 3 metal boxes containing 300 million yen. Their destination was not very far. It was just about 2 kilometers away. They were beside Fuchu prison when suddenly a police officer appeared. He was on a motorcycle wearing a police uniform. He ordered the vehicle to stop and said he needed to inspect it because he suspected there might be a bomb inside. They got out of the car. The policeman slid under the car. Thick smoke came out. He told them the bomb was going to explode at any time. The employees sprinted toward the safety of the prison wall. They had run barely 50 meters before they stopped, turned back, and realized the money was gone. The smoke was still blowing, but the police officer got into the car and was gone with 300 million yen still inside. This is the true story of the 300 million yen robbery, the biggest heist in Japanese history. It was December 6, 1968, just 4 days before the robbery. The bank manager of Nippon Shintaku Bank was opening his mail, but he found a letter quite unusual. Some parts were typed or handwritten, and other words were cut out and pasted from magazines. This technique was a classic way for criminals to evade handwriting analysis. The letter claimed 3 million yen to be dropped by a female bank employee in a specific place. If the demand was not met, it threatened to blow up the bank manager's house, his car, and possibly the bank itself. The manager quickly informed his employees to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. With the end of the year approaching, companies were requesting a large amount of cash for their employees' bonuses. One of the companies was Toshiba. They wanted 300 million yen, which was around $800,000 back then, and $7 million today. The money was supposed to be delivered at the Toshiba factory. December 10, 1968. On the morning of December 10th, the bank put the money in 3 metal boxes. Usually, they transferred the money in a very common car, a Nissan Cedric sedan, to blend in with traffic. Common cars like these are less likely to be targeted by robbers. Usually, 2 employees would drive the car. But because of the threat 4 days ago, the bank preferred to use 4 people. At 9:20 a.m. They had barely gone 200 meters and were beside the Fuchu prison. A police motorcycle appeared in front of them. He stopped the car and told the employees a message. The bank had exploded, and the manager's house had also exploded. The police also suspected that the car was also going to explode, so the employees should get out quickly. The policeman slid under the car. After some time, smoke started coming underneath the car. The officer screamed that the car was about to explode. The employees ran for their lives to the safety of the Fuchu prison wall. The officer quickly got into the car and drove off with the 300 million yen still inside and vanished into the streets of Tokyo. The bank manager's house and the bank were unexploded. They had been fooled. When police arrived at the scene, they found a lot of evidence left by the robber, including the motorbike. It was a normal civilian bike that was just painted white to look like a police bike. They also found the safety flare that was used to make the smoke. The robber abandoned the car not far away, where the money was transferred to another car. Police also found this car, which was stolen some days before. And then again, another car. The investigation involved about 170,000 policemen. They questioned over 110,000 suspects and persons of interest. An early suspect was a 19-year-old who was known to be an expert motorcyclist and was the son of a police officer who was working on the periphery of the investigation. He possessed enough internal knowledge about police procedures and the local area to pull off the ruse. He also had a motorcycle similar to the one used in the robbery. But he was found dead in his living room from potassium cyanide poisoning. Due to his death before any formal charge, he was officially cleared as a suspect. Following the robbery, the police released a widely circulated composite sketch of the robber based on the vague descriptions provided by the 4 bank employees. In 1969, nearly a year after the robbery, a man who worked as a former taxi driver was identified by the Japanese mass media as strongly resembling the published composite photo. He became the intense focus of both public and police attention. The media completely destroyed his reputation. He fell into bankruptcy and later committed in 2008. On December 10, 1975, exactly 7 years after the crime, the statute of limitations expired. That means that after this date, the perpetrator of the 300 million yen robbery could no longer be arrested, charged, or prosecuted for the heist, even if they had confessed. They became legally immune from criminal punishment for that specific crime. The civil statute expired on December 10, 1978. Once the civil statute expired, the bank could no longer sue the thief to force the repayment of the 300 million yen. That means the robber could freely tell the media about everything without any legal repercussion. But he didn't. Decades later, somewhere in Japan, the man who pulled off the 300 million yen robbery might be living out his days in quiet, wealthy anonymity.